Alright, these are the white Samsung AKG earphones. We already looked at the black ones, so we'll go quick here. Same exact design, just white, rubbery stuff, plasticky, little aluminum thing there. Cable, clicky button, split, chin slider, fabricy braided part. Maybe since it's daytime you can actually read Samsung. Yeah, you can actually see that this time. Anyway, as far as I can tell, this is a legitimate set. They sound alright. They don't sound like complete dog shit. But there's a couple. I don't know if this is like a really good shitty pair or if this is a good proper pair. But we'll dive right in to the sound. Really aggressive bass. So I have my graph down below. These are about 15 decibels over the mid-range in bass response, which is pretty significant. And it's actually pretty good sounding bass. It's not like muddy and it's not boomy. It sounds good for the most part, except for glaring flaw, which is some distortion at kind of the top of the bass note. And my best guess is that it's housing flex. It sounds a lot like when you do not have enough bracing in a subwoofer. It's got that weird vibration-y note to it. Maybe these are just pumping out too much bass for their own good. I have heard, or rather read online, that these were retuned from the black ones. Maybe they just tuned them to get some more bass response and didn't bother compensating the housing internally for that. I don't really know. I don't have access to a Samsung phone to steal the headphones out of, and I'm not going to buy one for that purpose. So moving on. Mid-range is kind of meh. It's not anything special. It's not anything offensive. It's not super duper pushed back. Obviously it's not forward with the bass response being so elevated. It's just okay. Electric guitars don't sound particularly good through these. But it's not horrible or anything like that. It's just okay. Treble, nice and smooth actually. Very Harman-esque. And in fact, as soon as I put these in my ears and turn on my music, they sounded very Harman-esque to me. And maybe that's just because I had read previously that these are supposed to be Harman tuned. But they did remind me a lot of like my other Harman IEMs, of which I have a few. If you look at the graph, it is very Harman-esque. There's no significant crazy peaks or anything. It's quite smooth, so it's pretty decent. No sibilance, no pierce, nothing shitty. But narrow soundstage. These have a very in-your-head sound. It's kind of buzzwordy, but they don't sound wide at all. And the imaging is pretty bad. Quite bad, in fact. Cross-channel effects, it's really just left or right. There almost isn't any in between. Poor instrument separation. These are pretty cluttered. Sorry, gassy again. And metal will not sound particularly good on these. But I will say this. For what are supposed to be free pack-in headphones, or earphones, whatever, these are pretty good. They're not bad, really. You can't complain for something that's free. I don't remember ever seeing these for sale secondhand, but in researching some articles reviewing them, just because I was kind of curious what other people had to say, it said that they were retailing for $100. Now, I don't know if they just did that to make these look better being packaged with their phones, or whatever, but yeah, these are not $100 IEMs by any stretch of the imagination. So final thoughts. Yeah, these are good for pack-in earphones, but not for $100. That's all. Peace out.